This your girl Queen Queasy, the flyest chick out the 504. And make sure you guys subscribe to Crypto Geezy's YouTube channel.
What's up, y'all? Make sure y'all subscribe to my guy channel, Crypto G.
If you ain't already, go follow Crypto Geezy on YouTube. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that. Tell them I sent you.
What's up? This your girl Mickey Michelle, the one and only. Look, don't forget to go subscribe to my boy Crypto Geezy, because you know what it is. He keeps all the heat. Peace.
Nope, bitch ain't bigger than the program. Bitch ain't bigger than the program. Bitch ain't bigger than the program. Next time you need to remember. Bitch ain't bigger than the program. I ain't no nigga bigger than the program.
What sound? I've called it in here. I am AKA not Crypto Geezy right now, but Mr. 5K. Take it up with your mouth if you don't agree with me, but the records do show. What's up?
What's up? Shout out to Mr. 5K. Congratulations on the 5K sub. Yes. It's definitely grind time, y'all. And we back at it with another episode. Your girl, First Lady Peachy Blanco. Yeah.
Okay. So what's up? What we got today, man? What you bringing to the table for us?
So today we want to take it, of course, I mean, it's always something going on in Texas. You know, I hate to say it, but it's always something going on in Texas. Yesterday was Texas with the rapper and his picture bent over, hanging upside down like a monkey. Today, a 16-year-old, huh?
It was a bat.
A bat, okay, monkey, one of them. You know what I mean? Today, it's a 16-year-old who was just arrested for unaliving her mother. And am I saying it right, Geezy? It's Galveston.
Yeah, you're saying it right.
Galveston, Texas. Yes. I mean, what is the world we live in today? Just giving basically a recap of it. She also was a social media influencer. She was on TikTok. And ironically, she was known for a slogan of Swiss cheese because of some of the content that she put out. And a lot of times when I looked over in her page, her mom, it seemed like they had a really good relationship. It appeared that they have a really good relationship. However, on September 12th, around 7:49, police responded to the 5100 Block Avenue for a shooting. The victim was Tamoya Moore, 34, and she was transported to the ER where she was pronounced dead. The suspect is Moore's 16-year-old daughter, who they said intentionally fled, like immediately after she fled the scene, and she returned where she was taken into custody and is now at the juvenile system. The firearm was recovered nearby. The teen is being charged with murder. Okay. Witness accounts basically say a neighbor, she was going to her mailbox and she heard some screaming, and then she heard multiple gunshots. They say around 5. Okay. So of course, since she's a minor, not a lot of information is being put out there, but because she was a social media influencer on TikTok and they knew her as Swiss Cheese, I was able to find her name is Ramaya. Yeah, and it is just unfortunate. And she has about 4 other siblings. It appears to be she's the oldest. And yeah. And I also was looking on TikTok, scrolling. I'm a little nosy, not that nosy. Just
big nosy.
But well, if I'm gonna give it to you, I might as well just give it all. So listen, apparently this other girl on TikTok, she was Miss Moore's friend on Facebook. And let's say she was she let me see. She got around when it came to like if she was into relationships and love, she would move here, there. If that's where she followed her heart wherever it went. Let's just say that. So yeah, and it's hearsay, but like I said, someone who did not know her very much, but just was a friend of hers on Facebook was able to say some things that personally is just like, But then it's like after it happened, the world is in shock. Okay. Everybody is trending. What happened? Why did she do this? And there has not been a lot of information on intel of where their relationship went wrong. So yeah.
So you said a girl was 16?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. No, so when you telling this story right now, I'm doing the podcast. I just told you on the other phone I'm doing the podcast. Just call the other phone. All I thought about when I saw, like you said, they was doing the TikToks and you thought their relationship was good. First person come to my head, Queen Queasy, Miss T.
What? Now that's real messy. Now you gonna go to the extreme.
Yeah, for clicks, clickbait, clickbait. Title, I see the title now.
Wait a minute, that's extreme.
But seriously, why I say that because you'll never nobody if it never came out, you would have never knew their relationship. So just imagine these two right here. Like, let's just look at this because we got we got receipts, right? So we get and show that what they doing TikToks and you would have never thought.
As soon as I come through, I let that chopper off. Pow, pow. That's not a chopper sound. I'm sorry. As soon as I come through, I kill everybody. We killing one person. No, we kill everybody. When I'm in the club, I make it rain. I'm gonna pick that. No, we not.
Mother of the woman who died told me over the phone that she heard the gunshots last night and said it was a complete surprise. She's wondering why her granddaughter could have done something like this, and that's the question police and neighbors want answered to. Galveston police descending on Avenue Q near 52nd Street last night after neighbors heard multiple gunshots. Investigators say a 34-year-old woman identified as Tia Moya Moore was found shot at a home. She was taken to the hospital where she died. According to police, witnesses told them the suspect was Moore's 16-year-old daughter. Have you noticed any previous issues at the home?
No.
That's what makes the shooting all the more surprising for neighbor Graciela Molina, who lives across the street.
So why I said this, Peachy, and let's just be honest, like social media, who you know on social media, let's look at the relationships, like as far as a female and her boyfriend, a man and his woman. You wouldn't know it's so bad because on social media they make everything look good. So we watching this and we seeing this, and they just did TikToks and all that, and then now we hear the next scene is showing that the same daughter had that much I don't know, allegedly hatred or whatever, the courage to do this to her own mother. This is the person that brought her into this world. So why I say that, because I compared it to them because nobody knew if they would have never spoke on it. As far as you got to remember, I witnessed them sitting at the Real Life Street Stars. This is my first introduction to Miss T and Queen Queasy.
Yeah, that was seeing y'all do the interview was my first time.
Yeah, so and they did the podcast with us, and it was love. So now you find out behind the scenes is really like it's not as glamorous as it look on screen. It's a little hatred, a little jealousy, or whatever you want to say between people. And that's what I got when I'm listening to this story. I'm like, damn, how many other people, not even just on YouTube, just in real life, got this type of animosity towards their parents. Like, we done heard this plenty of times, so this kind of caught me off guard here, and I think this would have been a good topic for us to talk about and understand. You got to really see what the relationship is. You a mother, you know what I'm saying? Imagine me hearing your daughter do some stuff like, you know what I'm saying? Just like, because you'll never know the relationship, because what I see is love.
Yeah.
But this is what I see. You know what I'm saying? I don't be behind the scenes of when we off the phone or when we not doing working or something. I don't know, but it's just crazy just seeing this. Like that caught me off guard watching a 16-year-old, I mean, what was it that made her do it?
Clearly, she's not 16-year-old in this picture. This video. This is older. I did send you another one that's more recent that also tells a little bit more about her personality. And that's why they say I'm not saying this to be used against her in court, but the comments definitely were judging and saying, is this evidence? I mean,
on my grandma, I'm uptown, downtown on a bitch about my shit. Fuck is you talking about? And if I even think you would beat me in a fight. Damn, switch cheek. On my grandma, I'm uptown, downtown on a bitch about my shit. Fuck is you talking about? And if I even think you would beat me in a fight.
Man. So now I ain't even, all this is new to me. Just the information. Shout out to you. Go and get your receipts, and you know what I'm saying. But it's just crazy that now this is, you remember what she doing is another TikTok, trend.
yeah.
That dance that they doing uptown, downtown.
Yeah, but then the other part is extra.
Yeah, but it's just the crazy what she used to, you know what I'm saying? Because he made it famous because the dude was talking about some little street stuff anyway with the song. But what's crazy is all this social media what made her feel comfortable come and tell everybody. And now we questioning, was she fighting her mama? Did her mama beat her? Because if she said somebody beat her in the fight,
oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So I mean, like you said, so I'm looking. So it's crazy just hearing that, man. For I send my prayers to the family, but that's crazy, man. Not one time I ever thought about doing that to my mom. She never made me that mad or made me feel some type of way to where I felt like I had to sit up here and leave. I mean, wanted her to leave. I never thought that my mom would, piss me off now. Lorraine pissed me off now. She done pissed me off, but it was never a piss off to where I even not once thought about putting my hand on her. That's my mom. I never thought like that. My mama, me being the reason my mom leave this earth, man. Just imagine this young girl, and this is a girl sitting in the cell now, facing reality of what she did, and knowing that, man, you're the responsible for why your mom is no longer on this earth, allegedly.
Yeah.
So.
And clearly she had her young. And a lot of times, one thing I don't like about society, they glorify teen pregnancy. And there is a lot that comes along with that. By me having friends that had to grow up with their parents, it's pros and cons to that. And essentially y'all growing up together. So it's definitely a challenge, but it's also mandatory that you always keep that respect, no matter how close in age you are. And somewhere it may have gone wrong. And remember, I stated to you about that Facebook friend who mentioned a couple situations that she was going through, and she put it on social media. So it's kind of like side eye, like, what type of mother were you really?
And like you said, Peachy, that was a good thing. Like growing up, having them young, sometimes I see a lot, not to put, myself into the equation, but think about, I just witnessed a lot of women I dealt with that they made their child feel like they was equal to them. Mm-hmm. Like, especially the daughters, like the conversations they would have, like they would tell their daughters conversations like you should be having with your girlfriend or your sister. You know what I'm saying? And now you talking to her like that, she thinks she's you. Yep. She thinks she on your level. So you might tell her, nah, we sisters. Remember, you can't tell me not to do this. You my sister when you really, so that plays a part too in a lot of relationships with mothers and their kids. And that's not just with the daughters, that's with the sons too. So that could have played a part. We'll never know. She'll have to sit down and talk about it. I mean, they had to do some real research, but it's gonna come out. This the internet. They're gonna come out with something and find a way to speak on this stuff. But that's crazy. Yeah. A beautiful little girl and gave her life up. And then it's crazy. You'll never know what they might, I mean, despite how much time she get, Peachy, I promise you, the how they say the punishment is her mama not no longer here anymore. They could
And
tell her they give her probation and she could come home today. Man, she it's gonna just always be in her mind why her mama not here. She have kids and they ask for their grandma,
she got
anything.
four other children besides her that's gonna be motherless.
Man,
And I want to say, let me check my notes. I want to say, I think the grandmother was close there. I think there were other people in the home. So, yeah,
so man,
I think there was other people in the home.
so just imagine the siblings now, how they gonna feel towards her.
Yeah.
Just imagine, man, because I know I got my mom, I got two sisters. I wish, and I know that never happened, but man, listen, don't play with Lorraine.
Yeah.
We ain't, that's why I disown you as a sister. Then you know what I'm saying? Like you the reason my pride and joy, my angel gone. Nah. So I could just imagine how the man you done messed up allegedly. She done messed up her whole family.
Yeah. I just want to know. And then to feel for the father, you know what I mean? Because if he was involved, if he saw this coming, did they have a strained relationship? Because again, she was part of her content. But like you say on social media, you can really be whoever you want to be. We've seen this firsthand. You know what I mean? You can portray whatever character, whatever mascot that you want to portray on social media. So who's to say? I mean, it's just really scary. She's a beautiful girl, but I mean, it's crazy work that you compared her to Queen Queasy and Miss T. Like, I mean, the extreme, but I could definitely see where you was going with this. I
Because you
definitely
never know. I mean, I ain't saying they would have. I'm just all I thought about when I compared it. I compared to how if let's think about it. Well, I think Miss T was the first to speak on it. So if Miss T would have never spoke on it, they would have never knew how distance they was behind the scenes. Like how now it's out and it's in the open. I think Queasy spoke on it in the interview I did with her. Please go
yeah.
check that out. Let's start there.
Yeah. Shout out to
But nah, real talk, you would have never known. I'm telling you, Peachy, when I first met them, when we were sitting at the real life street stars, and it was a motherly daughter bond. Like we did the podcast with them. The energy was just dope. And then to find out, damn, you know what I'm saying? And you hear like just even talking to Queasy, and I'm not taking no sides because everyone, I mean, each one of them have their reasons to why they feel it, but just hearing her, you could kind of see the hurt. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And then think about how a daughter has to become strong without her mother. You know what I'm saying? You have to learn. I'm not saying she ain't taught enough, but now you got to learn other things by yourself as a woman. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think it's never too late to learn something from your mama. I feel like at this age now, you can still learn. Your mama could put you on something, give you experience she had to prevent you from it. So when I heard that, I just thought about them and not saying I don't never see me knowing Queasy for however long for this amount of time I know her. I never feel like that was it would have came to what we talking about now. It's just the fact that on camera and behind the camera until it was put out there how their relationship is, and just think not just them right there, other parents and their daughters, other mothers and daughters across the world that's going through this same thing.
Well, let me ask you this, because you interviewed both of them.
I have. Yeah,
More,
I just had to go ahead.
can I finish my question?
It was what I said. I need to
No,
smell
because you
it.
just
I
got to
just
be
want to
extra,
smell it.
and I just need you to just stick to like.
All right, you're right. Go ahead.
Dang. Okay, so you've interviewed both of them.
I did.
In your opinion, do you think this is something, their tension, do you think it's something that can be talked out, or like, can you pinpoint based off the interviews where it went wrong?
I can't. No, I can't. Can it be talked out? I mean, it seemed like they done did this before. Like it's been like a distance for a while, then they just get past it and all that. Because you gotta remember, women deal with shit differently from men. Like I didn't many a times even with my father, I had this same thing with my father where I wasn't talking to him, and because it was a misunderstanding of how I felt. But as soon as we got together, we ain't even talk. You know what I'm saying? It was just that we back together. We how men do it differently from women. I guess you could say partners. Like once I got back around my partners and certain partners, family members that was males. We didn't talk about too much or nothing. It was just understanding. But women, y'all, I don't know, y'all do it differently. Like y'all more emotional than we are. You know what I'm saying? And so with that being said, I don't know what it's gonna take for them. If it will ever take some or would they ever put their pride aside and do it. I ain't gonna say like I know Queasy would do it. I don't know which one to do it. I'm not gonna say none. I see now. I don't feel like it'll be hard for them to do it, but I just think the pride is in the way. I think it's more pride, a woman feeling like and then you a lot of entitlement. So I mean, I want them to. I mean, that'd be good. That'd be good content. They sit down and hash it out. Let's do a sit down.
But you got to think about it. The sit down, the hash out. It's one thing to do it for the public, but once them cameras go off, once you close those doors, you know what I mean. It's some real work that has to be done.
I mean, it's at this age for both of them. What can they like? What work could be done? But just letting them know how they feel. Like I feel like I mean, Queez is at an age now where I mean she hold on weight. I mean, ain't like she got to go stay with her. She need help or anything. I mean, like Miss T, she been a mother, a black woman doing it on her own for however long. So I mean, just really just the understanding and talking and let you know this is where you hurt me at. This is where and I think probably just the apology from both of them, like on both parts. Well, I apologize for this. Let's look past it and get a different understanding. And sometimes it work, but then these are women, so you got to understand how long it's been this much animosity towards. And I ain't gonna say just one of them, each other. And it just builds. Like remember I said that it just builds, then it turns to hatred, then it turns to resentment, and instead of then it just blows up. And I think that's what happened when Miss T finally came out and spoke on it. You know what I'm saying? It blew up. She got tired of it, and now it's out, and everybody knows. So now when I talk to people now in New Orleans, they know with Queen Queasy being the first lady of the winning teams, they know I got access to her. I could talk to her. You know what I'm saying? I have, I'm able to communicate with her, and that's what I hear a lot of people like. Why is they cool? And I'm like, damn, this is from people from New Orleans that's really, what I'm saying, knowing what's going on. So it's just gonna take a real sit down, feelings to the side, and just letting it. I might have to cry some tears. You know what I'm saying, and let it all out. And then, like you say, you know me, I'm all about content. This might be something that needs to be done just with them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When behind like you said, behind closed doors, no camera, no phone or nothing, just them two. And they might have to cry it out. And then, you know what I'm saying, and walk away and probably with that left behind wherever they had that talk at. But hey, who am I? Who am I?
And then when you dealing with mother-daughter, sometimes it's like the same person going to get, like it's like headbutting because she might be so much like her mother. So I mean, I don't, I only know off the interviews, but a lot of times when there's a rivalry between the child and the parent, it's because they just like them,
That too.
or it's a version of them that that they see that they just didn't like about themselves. I can't say for that situation, but it's definitely heartbreaking to hear, you know what I mean? Because I have a daughter and I can only imagine. So it's just like it makes you as a mom think like where did it go wrong?
And this would have been a good thing to have her on here with, just thinking about it. I know we about to close this out, so we might have to set that down and ask her and talk about it. I know for a fact Queen Queasy will be open to it. Miss T, I don't
Because
know.
And then I want them to look at it like this. You don't know what situation you could help. We might have some mothers, we might have some daughters listening that's going through the same thing. And to be a role model to see, you know what I mean? Like, okay, we're not the only one. It happens. It happens. She not the first person to kill their parent. It's not going to be the last. So, I mean, definitely think setting an example. Clearly, I'm checking, looking at the numbers on your page. They loving Queen Queasy. They loving Miss T. The numbers are there. So yeah, there's no telling what type of audience that they're going to be able to reach just by this sit down. I'm definitely here
Right.
for it.
Yeah, we probably could save a mother and daughter relationship. Just and if it's just one, that that's a blessing right there. Because look what this did. Look at this one. The one this here was an eye opener, and should be to a lot of mothers and daughters. This should be to a lot of them. Just this topic we brought up, and look what it made us. At first, it was just like you thought I was being. It was content, but then when you
Yeah.
look at it, you saw where I was going and why it made me think that, because I'm thinking of a mother and daughter that has the notoriety in the, as far as in the New Orleans, they have a status. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
This is Miss T daughter. This is Miss T was a cash money artist at one time. Like they have, you know what I'm saying, a title when you say their names, like they're known for somebody. And now, but the relationship, this has made it a more topic for both of them. So that was a good thing for us to bring that up and touch bases on that. Um, uh, I, I, I I think we kind of is there anything else you want to touch on this? I think we kind of touched on it.
Well, I'm definitely Galveston. Am I saying it right, Jeezy?
Yeah,
Galveston.
Galveston, Texas.
We're definitely watching. A mother gone, a child in cuffs. There is no winners here at all. So this is definitely a story that I plan on following, to seeing what happens next, because we don't have a lot of answers, being that she is a juvenile, but also I eventually, I would think there's going to be some family and friends coming to the forefront, even some baby daddies discussing behind the scenes what the relationship between this mother and daughter really was. Is I don't even look at it as America being nosy. It's us being concerned. You know what I'm saying? A young mother is gone. 5 children have lost their mother, and by the hands of a 16-year-old, her own daughter. It's a lot of this going on in the world today. It definitely, we need to put a stop to it. But it starts with people like us actually caring to investigate and not just look at it like, oh, this is just another case. Oh, it's just another child that killed their parent. No, we need to definitely, as a community, try to help these children. Social media is taking over. They're seeing a lot of things. They have a lot of access to a lot of things.
Hmm. Oh, yeah, that was good right here, Peachy. You showed your ass on this one. I want to say, thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Split the Mic podcast, man. As y'all see, we learning as we go. We having these little brief little talks, but every time we do this, and I'm saying this now, and I'm saying it so Peachy could hear, y'all could hear this. It's like it's getting better, like a what's the word? We got rhythm. It's a rhythm flowing. It's a flow coming now. Like we getting and it's just gonna get better and better. Like this the way you set this up, the way we did this. I like this. This is what we need to bring to the people. You know what I'm saying? Make it make sense. With that said, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. Anything y'all have to say, any comments, y'all make sure y'all comments. We still we gotta get that email, Peachy. We gotta
Yeah.
get the email. I'm gonna put the number if y'all want text at the bottom. Next time we have this up, we're gonna have all that up. Thank y'all for tuning in. I am Crypto Geezy.
And I am First Lady Peachy Blanco, and this is Split the Mic podcast. Bye.
This your girl Queen Queasy, the flyers. Check out the 50 code. And make sure you guys subscribe to Crypto Geezy's YouTube channel.
What's up, y'all? Make sure y'all subscribe to my guy channel, Crypto G.
If you ain't already, go follow Crypto Geezy on YouTube. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that. Tell them I sent you.
What's up? It's your girl Mickey Michelle, the one and only. Look, don't forget to go subscribe to my boy Crypto Geezy, because you know what it is. He keeps all the heat. Peace.
No, bitch ain't bigger than the program. Bitch ain't bigger than the program. Bitch ain't bigger than the program. Next time you need to remember. Bitch ain't bigger than the program. I ain't no nigga bigger than the program.